Hi everyone, thank you for joining me with ArtSphere today. I just wanted to go ahead and explain a little bit about this program and slash curriculum that we are a part of as ArtSphere and that we are still doing even during this time of COVID, and it's called the Junior Duck Stamp Program. And so this is a program that is nationwide in all the states that students can participate up to 8th grade, and they will draw a picture of a waterfowl, and a waterfowl is a bird that lives in the water, whose habitat is in the water. So that could be ducks, geese, swans, any kind of bird like that. And so you will draw a picture on it on a regular piece of paper, and it's a regular sized piece of paper, and you're just gonna draw your duck or your waterfowl on that piece of paper. You're gonna color it in, and it's gonna be sent into the contest. And so this contest, as I said, is nationwide, and it is basically mostly for exposure for students to learn more about wildlife and conservation needs and habitats of the different waterfowl, as well as just exploring the different wildlife we have in Philadelphia and in the United States. And so the winner of this contest actually gets their picture of a duck or waterfowl put on a stamp, and this stamp is $5. And so whoever buys that stamp, all the proceeds or the money will go into providing conservation and protecting our wildlife and waterfowl habitats throughout the United States. So it's actually a really good contest to go towards our country and our environment, as well as just teaching students more about how things or how our wildlife and conservation and habitat needs are and how they're growing. So there's different rules for this. Again, as I said, you want to draw a waterfowl. So I'm actually going to do one with you guys right now. So the easiest one to do would be a duck, and we have all our resources listed on our website, and we're attaching them to this YouTube video, and you can get a list of all the waterfowl that you can do. But you mostly want to do some research on what kind of duck or waterfowl you like the best, that you want to see. So I have a picture of a mallard duck that I'm going to do. But you also want to keep in mind that you don't want to copy someone else's work or someone else's picture exactly, because that is copyright and it will not be accepted into the contest. So you want to make this as unique and as personal as possible for the judges to see. So I will be doing a mallard duck, and I just have a picture pulled up as a reference because you want it to be anatomically correct. And anatomically correct means that you just have all the parts of the duck correctly, so it's not like a fantasy or like a unicorn, or you're adding different parts of the duck, but it's pretty much like a duck. So it has the wings, it has the webbed feet, it has the feathers, or the down as they call it, and the down is actually waterproof on a duck. So there is a curriculum you can follow as you're doing this to teach you more about our waterfowl and ducks specifically. And there's also different winners for this. So from each state, there will be 3 winners for each prize. So 3 winners for third, 3 winners for second, and 3 winners for first, and that's for each age group. And from those age groups, in each state, judges will pick a winner to go to the final competition, and from there they will choose a final winner whose duck will be able to be shown on the stamp, and then you guys can buy that stamp. But there are also prizes along the way throughout this contest. So the ultimate prize is just getting your picture on a stamp. But in Philadelphia, we also have a lot of wildlife resources, such as the John Hines Refuge, if you guys have been there. And that is just a place of wildlife conservation where you can go, you can see different habitats. And if you're doing or want to participate in this duck stamp contest, that would be a really good place to go to see the habitat. And the habitat is just like the place where ducks live. So ducks would live in a marsh, or where there's things like lily pads or lakes, different plants that are growing. You want to make sure you include that in your picture so you're accurately portraying your duck. And The most important thing to remember is just that you're doing your own duck, as well as making your duck the focus point of your picture. So you don't want it to be distracted by the habitat, you just want to have the habitat included in the picture. So I am starting with pencil. I'm just sketching this out with my pencil, and then you also want to make sure that you are coloring this in. So it doesn't matter what you use to color it in, but you want to just make sure that it's colorful, that it stands out to the judges, that they see how creative you guys are, that you are just having fun with this while learning about conservation. And so there's also different ways to draw. I know you guys are all super creative and you all have your own style of technique. And this year they're actually allowing multiple styles. So you could do like a cartoon or realistic or something like pointillism or anything that we've learned in our past curriculums or videos of style of art that you want to try. Go ahead and go for it. All right, so I have my duck. It's a very simple outline sketch I'm just doing for you guys. So here's my duck, and it's taking up most of the picture, and then I'm just gonna add some habitat or wildlife. So I'm gonna have him standing on maybe like some dirt or rock, but I wanna keep in mind that ducks live near water, like ponds, so I will be drawing maybe just like water in the background, like a lake. We'll have a pond. And they also live near trees. So again, if you guys have been to the John Hines Refuge, or you can look at pictures, you can see how the ducks live or what is near there. So there's always some dirt, some trees, lots of green. And you just want to include that in your outline. And again, this is just the outline that I'm doing for my duck. Just creating that habitat. And your duck can also be in water, it can be flying, it can be swimming, it can be standing. Mine is standing, just as long as it's the main focus point. So once you guys have your duck drawn and colored in and you're ready, we have a form attached to this YouTube video and on our website that you will attach to the back of your picture that you fill out before you send it in. So it has all your information on it. And so that is how you get entered into the contest, and it's completely free to enter into the contest. And this is due in April, so that is when they start judging. So you want to send this in before then, so you guys have a couple months. But just to be prepared for this, you can start reading about this, you can start looking up images, figure out what kind of duck you like the best, what their habitats look like, again, what they eat, all these different things. You can go out into your community and figure out what other people know, what other people have seen, just all kinds of resources. And then you want to include that into your picture of a duck. So you want to send a message of how things should be conserved or protected in the environment. So for mine, I have a lot of trees, so I want to send the message that trees are important around a duck's habitat, or that it provides protection or different things for this duck that I have drawn. Maybe I'll draw some really blue water to provide the message that clean water is important for a duck. So there's all types of ways to do this, and I hope you guys just have a lot of fun with it. And we have our brochure, we have a flyer, they're all attached onto this YouTube video in links, and I hope you guys are able to attend this contest. I'm gonna go ahead and finish painting my duck, and I'll send a picture out for that. And just have a really fun time with that. If you guys have any questions, please email us at info@artsphere.org or hashtag us at loveartsphereinc if you do this project. And if you guys win, we would love to see just your entries into this contest. And I hope you guys have an awesome day. Thank you.